In this thought-provoking video, we delve into the rich history and significance of the name Bharat for India. Join us as we answer pressing questions from its ancient origins to the possible consequences of adopting it as the country's official name. Is it time for India to embrace its historical identity as Bharat? Watch to find out. Welcome back to our channel, where we explore fascinating topics from around the world. Today we have a compelling subject to discuss: the name of India, or rather, the name Bharat. Many questions and debates surround this topic. So let's dive right in. There is no doubt that India boasts as one of the world's most ancient culture. Let's explore how the people of Indian subcontinent have traditionally referred to their homeland. In ancient times, there were only two names by which the people of the Indian subcontinent recognized their land: Jambudvip and Bharatvarsh. According to Indian Purana texts, Earth was divided into 8 islands: Jambudvip, which is central island of the earth; Dakti Khan, Pushkardvip, Varundvip, Shirvardvip, Gurutvadvip, Ikshawardvip, and Nandishwardvip. Within Jambudvip, there were 9 Varsh, we can call them countries or regions, and one of them was Bharatvarsh. To grasp the historical significance of Bharat, we must delve into its ancient origins. The term Bharat can be traced back thousands of years in ancient Indian scriptures, including the Mahabharata and the Rig Veda. It is believed that Bharatvarsh got its name either from Dushyanta's son Bharat, as mentioned in Mahabharata, or from Rishabhananta's son Chakravarti Bharat. The first recorded usage of Bharat can be traced to the ancient Sanskrit texts. These texts referred to Indian subcontinent as Bharatvarsha, highlighting its historical prominence. Over time, different cultures used various names to identify the Indian subcontinent. We'll explore the hierarchy of these names and their cultural significance. Were you aware that India has been known by various names in different parts of the world throughout the history? The Persians referred to India as Hindush, while the Greeks called it Indica. In Chinese, it was known as Shen Tu, and the Romans simply called it India. In the writings of Greek historian Herodotus, India was mentioned as a land with large population, characterized by diverse languages and cultures, located beyond the Indus River. Megasthenes, who served as an ambassador from the Greek Seleucid kingdom and visited Patliputra, present-day Bihar, documented India extensively in his book titled Indica. The term Hindustan was first used by King Shahpur I of Sassanid Empire in Persia to describe the Indus Valley region and its inhabitants. Subsequently, medieval kings adopted this term to refer to India. Chinese knowledge of India can be traced back to the Bactria Empire, where it was known as Shen Tu. Xuanzang, a Chinese Buddhist monk, referred to India as Indu, but during the Tang dynasty, it evolved into Yindu. As mentioned earlier, the origin of name India can be traced back to the ancient Greek term Indica and the Latin term India. But how did this particular name came into existence, and how did it supplant the usage of Bharat? During the time of Roman Empire, which held sway over vast territories encompassing Europe, North Africa, and parts of modern Middle East, the Romans not only wielded immense power as emperors but also left a mark on the world we know today. Their influence extended to various aspects of life, from the creation of maps to the naming of months and planets. When the British ruled over India, they began referring to to Hindustan or Bharat as India. Consequently, under the rule of East India Company, the name India gained prominence and became widely utilized in official documents and records. During this period, English and Hindi were established as official languages, alongside 22 regional languages, while Sanskrit, like the ancient river Saraswati, gradually faded into obscurity in India. There are strong arguments supporting the adoption of Bharat as India's official name, with a focus on its deep-rooted historical and cultural importance. The Indian national anthem features the phrase Bharat Bhagya Vidhata instead of using India. Additionally, numerous political parties, companies, and organizations incorporate term Bharat in their brand name as a means of establishing a connection with the people of India and their country itself. In today's world, many nations proudly retain their original names, as seen in countries like China, Russia, Japan, and Mongolia. A significant portion of Indian population recognizes Bharat as the most ancient and authentic name for Indian subcontinent. Whether we turn to ancient scriptures such as Purans, the Mahabharata, or the historical records, we find consistent reference to Bharatvarsh. As a result, Bharat holds a special place in hearts of countless Indians, resonating as an intrinsic part of their identity. This topic is highly debated, and as we carefully consider both the arguments in favor of and against adopting Bharat as an official name, we encounter a range of legal and political complexities. The process of altering a name and its associated identification is a time-consuming one, often requiring an entire generation to adapt. We can draw a parallel to similar instances, such as a transition from Bombay to Mumbai, Calcutta to Kolkata, and Madras to Chennai. Opposition political parties and individuals argue that rather than diverting energy, resources, and time towards changing the country's name, the current government should concentrate on creating job opportunities, fostering trade, boosting manufacturing, and enhancing the education system for Indian youth. India is an emerging economy with ambitious goals of achieving a $5 trillion economy in near future. Therefore, shifting the focus to an ancient name for the country may not yield the anticipated results. It's important to recognize that one of the most significant challenges lies in how the international community perceives and adapts this change outside of India. Global perspectives hold significance, and we must observe how other countries and international organizations respond to India's name change. Undoubtedly, such a monumental change will have potential consequences, particularly in the realms of international relations, trade, banking, internet TLD IDs, passports, Aadhaar cards, and various other aspects. Gaining an insight into the sentiments of Indian populace is crucial. Their opinions and feedback representing diverse segments of society holding significant weight because a country's identity is not solely defined by its geographical locations but also by its people. The Indian government presently assumes that the prevailing sentiment is in favor of adopting Bharat over the retaining India as the name. There is a possibility that government may initiate discussions on this matter in Parliament. However, whether such an initiative will succeed or not remains a question that only time can answer. In conclusion, we have presented a compelling argument for why Bharat could serve as a fitting name for India, symbolizing the embrace of its rich heritage while looking towards the future. However, the success of this monumental change will largely depend on the readiness of the people to adapt. Indians have a reputation of embracing grand and noble endeavors, making the transition potentially more feasible for them. In reality, there are no insurmountable obstacles or vetoes against the adoption of Bharat as the new name for India. Nevertheless, the Indian government should exercise caution and not completely erase the name India from its record. India has shorter historical timeline than Bharat, but it holds a significant place in the world's perception and functions effectively within the current global dynamics. Whether it's the Indian Ocean, the term Red Indians in America, or Christopher Columbus' quest to reach India, the world has long used India to identify the region stretching from the Indus River to southern Burma. So, should India change its name to Bharat? It's a complex issue, with passionate arguments on both sides. The decision will ultimately shape the nation's identity and future. We hope this video has provided valuable insights into this thought-provoking topic. If you enjoyed this discussion, please like, share and subscribe for more engaging content. Thanks for joining us on Travel, Thoughts and Life. Until next time, stay curious.